This video will show you how to edit Excel files in the Gtmhub import-export utility. For this video, we will use OKRs as the example, but the concepts are generally applicable to all the data types. Once you've logged into the utility and have selected the data that you want to import and export, you can choose to download a blank template or a pre-filled file with all the existing data from the account. The template should be used when you intend to create new objects. If you intend to bulk modify existing objects, you should use the filled Excel file. That's what I'm going to do for this example. In each Excel file, you will find an instructions worksheet that gives you an overview about the data in the Excel file. You'll find information about how the objects are uniquely identified. You'll find the known limitations of each file. You will also see a listing for each column and the expected values that should be present in that column. You'll also see a color code that indicates whether the column is required or whether it's a system ID column or whether it is optional. And the color code can be seen here at the bottom. You will probably want to refer back to this worksheet as you fill out the columns in your import file to get a reminder of what data should go in each column. The OKRs file has two worksheets. All of the others only have one worksheet. On each worksheet, you're going to see the system ID is going to be the first column here. And that should be left blank when you intend to create a new object. On the OKR file specifically, you will see this import ID. This is only present in the OKRs file. There's more details about how to use this in the video that is specific to importing OKRs. The off yellow columns are going to be the required columns that must be filled out. Any of the gray columns are going to be optional. There is also a red delete column that will delete the object from the system. For any column, including the delete column that expects a yes or no or Boolean type value, you can use the value of true, 1, yes, or y. All other values will be treated as a no. If custom fields are present on the object that you're working with, then you will see those to the right of the delete column. And you can see my examples here. A few general rules for working in the Excel files. It is okay to add extra columns, rearrange, or hide the columns. We generally recommend that you add additional columns to the right instead of rearranging them amongst the existing columns, just for simplicity. It is also okay to use formulas to populate the data in any of the columns. The utility will read the value generated by the formula, not the formula itself. If it helps, you can also add additional worksheets to better prepare your data, but only the first worksheet with the matching column headers that we expect for that import will be processed by the importer. So if you were to copy this particular worksheet, only the first objective sheet would get read. When you're entering a value for a user, it's always going to be an email address. You'll see the example right here. It should always be an email address for a user. If you're filling out multi-select values, for example, the owner IDs or a multi-select custom field, you'll use the pipe delimiter, this character here, between the values to distinguish each individual value. The only exception to this is the tags on the objectives worksheet, which uses a comma delimiter. And finally, you should delete rows that you do not intend to modify when you are uploading your file. If I don't intend to modify anything in the Airport 2022 Q1 session, I should delete all of those rows to prevent them from getting accidentally modified. They will be left alone in the system and the import will be faster. If you have additional questions about using this import worksheet, please feel free to reach out or check out the videos about the more specific updates that are available for objectives and key results and for users.